Roger, when you were speaking in French moments after the win, you said you'd envisaged the worst, which was a first-round loss in straight sets. When seeing the level you're playing at, that seems a bit hard to believe. But was that a case of taking the pressure off yourself coming back on the clay? Is that a kind of strategy not to raise expectations and therefore play in a much more relaxed way than you might do?
Maybe, partially. I'm not sure. I do believe that, I am a normal guy, and I have to know what is the worst case scenario. I mean, just for me as a player, for me as a father, for me as a husband, I need to know schedules, so I have to plan both ways always. Of course, it's not very long. I talk about it not every day, because otherwise you get into this negative spiral that you don't want to be in. But I think it's the same with your game. You need to be brutally honest to yourself sometimes and just say, like, okay, I don't know, my forehand's terrible right now. I'm not going to tell myself it's great, so that's why you go sometimes to the practice court and work on it. Same thing with your body. You need to know the things that are working and not working. And as the unknown on the clay and here in Paris to some extent was still high, it was a scenario, like it was today a scenario to also lose in straight sets. Like, for that matter, any match I play on the tour for the last 20 years there's a chance I lose in straight sets. But I take enough shirts on the court, I take enough rackets, strungs, shoes. I'm ready for the battle, and I'm there to fight. I'm not going to go without trying. So, but yeah, I mean, of course, the hope was to go deep. And I'm in the quarters now, so I'm very, very happy at this point.
If you played Tsitsipas next, have you already thought about how you would approach that, and what maybe from Australia you might want to try differently? And if I could ask you also to separately give us a little insight into the matchup with Stan if you wind up playing him.
Well, I mean, the three matches we played against each other with Stefanos at the Hopman Cup, Australia, and then Dubai were, obviously on faster court, especially Dubai and Perth. I thought there was a lot of domination by serving, and it was hard to get into the rallies and all that. Australia was a little bit slower, and I think I played a few, should have been more offensive overall, especially as the match went on. I didn't do that enough, so I was able to change that for Dubai and was able to control the match this way. Now on clay, it's very different, I would definitely have to look back into how Stefanos plays on clay. Obviously, he returns from further back. He's not so far in, but he moves very naturally on the clay surface. So he's coming in with tons of matches as well in the year, but also on clay with a great win against Rafa in Madrid. So I'm expecting a tough match. He's got the options to serve and volley. I saw him doing that in Monaco against Medvedev, but then also he's happy to rally from the baseline, so he can figure it out depending on the conditions. I'm hearing it's going to be maybe raining 20 degrees on Tuesday, so that's going to anyway put some adjustments onto all the players who are playing on that day. So yeah, I'll still have to look into it. Against Stan, it's more straightforward. We know each other very well. We've played a ton of matches against each other. Also on clay, this is when it's been most tough for me against him. If I think back at Monaco finals, French Open here in 15, and then also he beat me in Monaco another time. So on clay, it's been definitely more dangerous than on any other surface for me against him. Look, it always starts by saying, like, I'm just happy for the guy that he's back after, his knee problems. They were severe, and that's why I think he's really happy he got a sort of second life on tour, because I think for a while there he wasn't sure if he was ever going to come back again. So it's nice to see him, pain-free and playing well. I hope he's not at the level of 15, but we'll find out, because there he was crushing the ball. It was unbelievable.